video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.
Hey, girlfriends. Hey, what's up?
I love that. I really
Hey, what's up, you guys?
that. Hey, girlfriends, what's up? It's us, Chase and Beyza, back with another episode of Fear Queers. Aren't you excited?
No, I'm depressed. Halloween's over.
We are sad.
We're mourning.
We're still mourning, but we had a great mini fright conversation about Queer for Fear on Shudder, and now we're back on Fear Queers to talk about
Being queer.
being queer and
As
horror
usual.
movies we will never watch.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's kind of like a fun episode, right? It's like we're talking about scary movies and we're normalizing not watching them. Not watching
As a
all
horror
of them.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Well,
but yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. There's certain topics that I think it's nice to stay away from.
Yes. Before we get into that, how was your Halloween?
Halloween was good.
Halloween is
Didn't
cool.
we talk about Halloween?
No.
We didn't? I could have sworn we talked about it on air.
No.
Okay, well then my Halloween was great. My Halloween was great. It was very fun. We hung out together. Oh, actual day of Halloween.
Yes.
That's what it was. We talked about, okay, thank you. It was a wonderful Halloween actually, because you and I and our partners got to walk around the neighborhood, and the neighborhood was it's always beautiful, but like
This
I've never
year
seen it
was
quite like that.
Top notch.
It was top notch. It was a decom set. It was Halloween night in Haddonfield.
Literally.
It was everything. And it was so cute. And I loved how we kind of talked about this when we were walking around. Like, it's like never been more cool for adults to like casually celebrate Halloween. Like, we had like neighbors being like, "Oh, do you guys want to come get some candy too?" We're like grown ass people walking
we were
around.
in costumes. We were
We were like dressed up cute and
Yeah.
everything. But I just love that like the neighbors were like, "Oh, well, you guys should come trick or treat too." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was so cool.
It was so cute.
Yeah. And then afterwards, Blake and I carved some pumpkins, had some wine, turned on the Cartoon Network live stream on YouTube of Scooby-Doo episodes.
The best live stream.
It truly is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how was yours?
You see, yeah.
Well, what'd you do when you came back?
I forgot.
That's okay. Yes. Listen,
It was a blur. It was fully a blur. I think I was just like, oh,
yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
it was like a Monday. So I was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was really fun. I already know what I want to do next year.
What do you want to do?
Why did you look at me like
on
that?
Halloween?
Yeah.
Okay, I love
not,
this.
Not
What is
on,
it?
but like
Oh.
for the season.
I know
For
one of the
season.
things you want to do.
What?
Go to LA.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, I want to go to Universal for sure. Yeah, we're going to go.
I literally.
I'm gun to your
axe
to your head. We're going.
We're doing it. No,
Yeah.
it is such an easy sell. That
I
is
know,
such an easy
it's-
sell. Blake and I are there.
Yeah, and then I can see if I actually care about it and want to keep doing it.
You are going to like love it.
Yeah.
And there's so many hot monsters.
Okay. That's for you to know and
Maybe
for
we
me
should
to
do a
find
monster
out.
fucker episode.
A monster what, Chase?
A monster fucker. I'm trying to censor
You bleeping it out.
myself.
You bleeping it out.
No, I'm a proud one.
I'm down.
MFer.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm totally down for that. Yeah, so Universal is one of them. I want to give out candy on Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
I have never done that as an adult.
It's heartwarming.
What?
It's heartwarming.
It's heartwarming. And I don't know, I just, that it looks so fun.
I gave out one piece of candy this year and I could have died on the spot. It was so cute.
I mean, it looks so fucking fun, and I need to do it for my soul. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do that next year.
We should just set up like a
booth, like a lemonade
Not
booth.
kidding. We should set
Yeah.
up a booth we don't have a house, so we
Yeah.
should just set up a booth.
A booth.
We should set up a booth. We should set up a booth like in the alley. So like when you're walking. So when we're walking by apartment buildings or like by houses, like there's like there's some space
There's
in
a little
between
booth.
there for a booth.
A little one.
A little Halloween booth.
Yeah.
For
I'm
trick or
literally
treat.
down. I feel
Yeah.
like, is that weird to do?
No,
Oh.
no, not in this neighborhood. Everyone be like, go
Okay.
off Halloween king and queen,
Okay,
and
slay.
in between
Slay. Slems.
slay slems, or it would end in an arrest. I don't know, but I think we should
That's what
try.
I'm scared about.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should give it the old college try.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't finish college. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine?
No.
I
well,
mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was like, well, yeah, I guess I could.
I honestly would have been better off. I
regret
had
college?
so many loans.
Oh, okay. Is that what you're gonna ask?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna ask me if I had loans?
Yeah. I was like, that's kind of personal, but it's okay. I do.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And I want to volunteer at haunted house that we went to as well.
Oh, we're not saying the name of it.
Why not?
Oh, I thought you called it haunted house. So I assumed you were trying to give us like a
Should I say it? Or is that weird?
Yeah, go for it.
Scream scene.
Scream
in
scene.
Skokie, Illinois.
Skunky.
My childhood haunt. What did you think about it, by the way?
Yeah, you guys. So we went to where Beyza used to work as a scare actor, literally at Scream Scene.
For 1 year. It was 2 nights, like in 2004.
Yeah, but that's like...
And then I almost got arrested.
Oh, yes. I forgot we had to reclaim.
We went to where I almost got arrested.
Yeah,
it was
and we
very
had a photo
healing.
shoot. The strangest, gayest way to reclaim an almost arrest. Okay, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It was honestly the most impressive community haunted house I've ever been into in my life. I thought, how long? It felt like 20 minutes. It didn't end. Like, I was horrified the whole time. There's something scarier about doing that one versus one at Universal Studios because, like, there's so much more that could happen at just, like,
no one touched
without
you, though.
rules. Yeah. No one touched me. Kids got close, though, because they're kid actors. So, like, they got close.
They
like,
got a little too
there
close.
was some guy, some, like, teenager with a drill. I turned around. He's right there. And then he, like, chased me. And I was in the back, bitch. So there
I was
like,
in the front.
Oh. Why were we in the front? Why were we the lead in the caboose? We don't deserve that.
Who's the top? Who's the bottom of the haunted house line? Well, okay, I was forced, which was fine. I genuinely did not. I wasn't that scared because I knew what the back ends of all that looked like.
Yeah, that's a good point. You probably see it with the lights on.
Literally, like that's all I could
I
picture.
have no idea I had no idea what was going on.
It was.
Is it just one giant?
It's like
warehouse?
It's like a pool house.
Okay.
For that abandoned water park that was behind it.
Huh.
And I think everything was just so loud and disorienting. That's what I was more scared of.
Yeah, just the sensory overload.
Well, there's that first part where we walked up and it was like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like too many, like where you walked up and Michael was in the corner. The first thing you walked into and it was like the spinny thing.
Oh.
I thought I was going to pass out.
No, I hate those things. I've done those with
That's
Blake
not
before.
Scary.
No,
That's
it's not
just
scary.
Painful.
It is painful. It's okay. So it's like those bridges with like the tunnel, you guys, that like spins around. I can't do those. Like there needs to be some sort of warning.
Steps.
The very first steps. And I have to hold my breath and I have to like close my eyes and picture a bridge and just be like, walk across the bridge. Because if I open them, I've tried to do it with my eyes open before. I fell to the ground and it felt like something threw me there.
I almost threw up.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
And then that's all I could think about the entire time. Was like how I almost died.
All I could think about was the actor who was chasing me the entire time and like kept screaming in my ear and scared me. And I was like, it's enough. And
then we got hate crimed by 2 like little bullies.
Yeah.
In line. Say it.
Prepubescent boys.
Okay, yeah.
And pubescent. I don't fucking know. Teenagers, like young kids, young boys.
Yeah.
They were like pulling my blaster. My Star Wars blaster and like and they're like, are you the guy from what's it called? RuneScape? What's it called? Fortnite.
RuneScape. Girl, wrong decade.
Oh boy. Yeah. He's like, are you from Fortnite? I was like, no. And he's like, oh, you're from Stranger Things. I'm like, where do you come from? And can you go back? Do you have access back to wherever you came from?
It was funny because then when we were, I don't know, did you see when we were walking out and like going back to your car, Michael actually scared them?
Oh, I did not see that.
So
I wish I saw that. That Michael was a good Michael.
It was a good Michael.
I wish you got a picture with him, but there's too many kids around him, and I was like, ugh.
That's the one thing I'm like, maybe I shouldn't volunteer
they should
there.
They should have like an adult only night. Well,
totally.
I would scare the shit out of them, but I think only kids can work inside.
Yeah.
We'll inquire.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know what happens in a year. And then we went on a ghost tour.
Oh my God. One of my favorite things I've done in the neighborhood.
Same. That wasn't me.
That was not.
I did not
that
fart.
was
it was this.
Shadow Carriers.
Yes.
Podcast and also tour guides in New Orleans and in Chicago.
Yeah.
Did an incredible tour. I've taken a lot of walking tours in my day, like paranormal walking tours. That was the best one. And the best hosts, and it was great.
Best ghosts.
The best ghosts, the best hosts. They did the most.
It really was so fucking cool.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit in our Queer for Fear episode that comes out next week. That just about like history. I don't know. History is scary.
You guys, and it's interesting.
And it is.
History is kind of interesting. I know.
Who knew?
No, it's kind of a gag that we grew
Should
up
we take
going.
a history class?
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Wait, I would totally take a history course.
But like a cool one. Like
yeah,
not just
like
history.
not like
History 101.
Yeah.
What happened? You let me know. Yeah, I had such a good time. We went back to one of the spots with Rebecca.
Yeah,
Rebecca Pencils. That's what I'm calling her. That's their last name to me. We went to a very spooky cemetery and
Lulu.
Oh, Lulu. Yes.
Yeah.
Lulu. I was going to say John Wayne Gacy Hospital.
Oh, you guys.
Bad vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, remember when at night when we were walking back and you...
Well, first we have to explain what it was. It was a hospital, a very famous hospital. Hillary Clinton was born at it. John Wayne Gacy was born at it. But then basically what happened was it was left abandoned. Yeah, queen. It was left abandoned. And basically there's like this whole like insurance fraud scam thing where people were just going and getting dismembered against their will, obviously.
Like 700 plus people.
Yeah, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. And like the people who built the apartments on top of it didn't like dig up any of the limbs. There were only 2 limbs found, and they didn't do any digging to like investigate where they're building the apartment complex. They built it. It's like somehow still under construction, even though people live there. People are promised like washers and dryers that just aren't there. So generally cursed energy.
We read every Google review that.
Oh, bitch. Oh, absolutely. I did that over. Yes, I did it over dinner with Blake. We were like, we got to get the tea on this apartment.
I know.
And so anyway, very cursed building, and there's a back lot that they're about to expand on, and Beyza was investigating the back lot of just dirt.
I was looking with my eyes, and I like walked up a little bit, and you threw a fucking rock, and I knew you had done it, but it really still scared me. Yeah, it really scared me still. I was like, damn, wait, I found something, but I didn't.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. I was like scared because I was like about to become famous. Like I was like about to be a famous ghost investigator.
Oh my God. I love like the full lifetime you lived in that half a second.
Absolutely. I was like, oh my God, my life's changed.
I had to do it. I was standing with Arabelle. I was like, should I throw a rock?
Fuck you.
And then Arabelle was like, what if you hit them? I was like, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah.
Bonus. That's even better. And then you almost beat me up in the middle of the street.
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
When did I beat you up in the middle of the street?
When we were walking, maybe the ghost of John Wayne Gacy
maybe
entered you. You pushed me in the street.
I don't remember pushing you in the street, respectfully.
No, because we were talking about the
Oh, you were scaring me.
No, I wasn't. We were talking about how you would tag us in weird Facebook posts in years ago, and you got so mad at us.
Because it wasn't true.
Yes, it was.
No, there's one example. There's one example, and it was a joke. Find me a non.
What do you want?
I want a non.
Then you pushed me in the street, and I got hit by a bus, and then I died, and now I'm a ghost.
I'm sorry you guys had to find out like this. I really am.
It's a dark episode. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't tag my friends in weird places on Facebook. I did it once because the small business asked me to.
You're such a liar.
I support small businesses.
You don't. You don't.
Feeling cozy.
Amazon queen. Amazonian queen. Anyway, that was it. And yeah.
It was a good Halloween.
It was really fun.
We kind of slayed it. It was a really great weekend and week. It was fun.
It was very fun.
We had fun.
Yeah, if you listen to all that, subscribe on YouTube. And keep listening to the episode. That's it. You know what we have not talked about that we should get into before we keep talking?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about Velma being gay.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's on us.
On us.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, that's on
you
us.
And me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I was going to say 1, 2, thus, that's on us.
I don't like thus.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. I cried.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry to admit.
No, don't be sorry.
But I did cry.
No, it's incredibly validating.
Yeah.
She has been lesbian queen since day one, but hasn't not been allowed to be that.
Yeah.
And now she's finally allowed to be that.
And we have to watch the Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo movie where like it like she like comes out in it. I watched it. It is the best Scooby-Doo movie I've ever seen.
Really?
It is like animated.
Yeah,
Live
we can't
action
touch
does
live
not
action. No.
Which I have to talk about if you actually want to go to that because they're showing it at the Music Box.
We do. No, Blake and I have it on our calendars. We want to go.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Hey, group chats are a funny thing.
Aren't they? Though? But we have to watch it because it's such a fucking good movie.
Oh, I want to watch it.
It's so good.
What's the title again?
Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, I think.
Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo.
Because last year they came out with Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo, I think, which was okay. But this one is like incredible. It's so good. It's like actually such a good movie, and it's gay.
Yeah, right.
Like it was so good.
I love that. It makes me so happy. So does she come out?
Well, she doesn't. She just I've
seen the scene where she like likes the girl.
Yeah. Spoilers for Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. But she doesn't come out. She doesn't like identify as anything. She just like has a visceral crush on this woman who is like the villain.
Yeah.
Which is like made for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Literally made for me.
There's like an enemies to lovers flair to it.
It's too much. It's like too much to handle.
Yeah.
And she is really hot, so I get it. I'm like, Velma girl.
She is. Mm-hmm.
Period. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just wanted to give space to that.
I'm glad you did. I can't believe it took us this long to talk about it. It's been very exciting.
It was like between we're talking about Halloween Ends.
Probably was not we were wrapped up in
bring that up.
Yeah, and there's also Vel from Star Wars Andor is a new lesbian character.
Really?
Yeah, so we got two lesbian Vels. Velma and Vel. Yeah.
Wait, so is this character like someone who's a new character or like has been in Star Wars?
Brand new character, has a girlfriend. They're both new characters. And their queerness exists outside of just one episode so far, which is super exciting to see.
Yeah.
A little nervous because right now they're like, forming a rebellion and fighting fascism, and a lot of people die in Star Wars. So But I'm kind of like Star Wars historically has no character that has like a happy ending, and especially ones that are in romantic relationships. One of them always dies. But how iconic of a choice would it be if like the only couple that does survive, where both people survive, is a queer couple? Girl,
I'm crossing my fingers.
I won't stop talking about it if that happens. Like if they get to have a happy ending,
or if they don't.
Then we'll have a conversation. We'll have a conversation. Okay. Not you and me. I won't push you through that.
I'm like, I'll listen. I will listen. If anything, I'm a listener.
Oh, what a generous trait.
Of course.
Hard to find these days.
Even in me. And I just said I'm a listener. Depends what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of listening, maybe. Did you see... I'm scared to talk about this with you.
I'm nervous too.
Hocus Pocus 3. Did you see this?
No. Do you want to be telling me this live on air?
Kind of, because I'm scared to like do it where I'm not recording something. I feel like I'm going to get pushed in the street again. Hocus Pocus 3 producer teases potential spin-off project.
And what's the tease?
That it's happening. But we already knew this, right?
Yeah, I assumed it was going to happen. Okay, but how do they tease it?
They said it.
So they just said it's... Is that the article?
No. You didn't click. You have to click continue reading.
Not the read more. I hate the read more button.
In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hocus Pocus 2 producer Adam Shankman teases the potential for follow-up projects, which could center on the sequel's new characters.
So the witches won't be in it?
Allegedly. The new film is being billed as a spooky... Oh, that's about 2. Yeah, so I just wanted to give space to that as well. Because we already said this, but also, like, I kind of am regretting saying this as I am saying it. Well,
here's the deal, is now that we're talking about it... I could talk... No, here's the thing. I'm glad you brought it up, but I think you're going to regret it for you, because I'll talk about this movie... And I won't stop. Mm-hmm. And I've subjected so many of my friends to it who genuinely don't care. And I feel bad. But I really welcome a third movie if they bring back, Max and Allison as characters, like if they really sort of like rebuild the world that they destroyed. And I don't mean I don't mean hashtag not my hocus pocus. I mean like objectively made decisions that did not make sense in universe. Like if they come back to rebuild what they tore down so haphazardly, then I welcome a third one. Because it can't get worse than the second one.
Go watch and listen to our episode on Hocus Pocus 2 because it is really funny. Because it's literally two
unhinged.
Grown adults screaming at each other
about a children's movie.
A children's movie.
And read the book.
Did you?
I'm still reading the book. Don't ask me if I finished it. Okay. I mean, I know it's a YA novel and I should be done with it, but like I don't read all the time. And when I do, I read slow.
No, that's why. Yeah, I held myself back.
But I haven't stopped reading it. It's very good. It's very fun.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's good. But it's honestly my favorite thing about reading it, and then I will actually stop. My favorite thing about reading it is now I have knowledge as to what Hocus Pocus 2 was about. Do you know what I mean? Like now I know what happened to Max and Allison and to their kid. And like, I know what happened in Hocus Pocus 2. So that makes the movie Hocus Pocus 2 just sort of like a fan film that like doesn't really matter.
Film. It is a fan film.
They
just posted it on YouTube.
And like a fake fan film. I'm so toxic, guys. I don't know.
Moving on.
I'm not toxic about anything, but I need to let my toxic fanboy out with Hocus Pocus.
Okay. Can we talk about something fun?
Yes.
Witchy?
Oh.
What?
I heard fun, and then I just heard of
Witchy.
Into the Spider-Verse. I didn't hear fun.
Oh, I'm talking about that next.
Oh, I figured you were going to talk about it. Okay. What's fun and witchy?
Aubrey Plaza joining Agatha Coven of Chaos.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Catherine Hahn.
And Aubrey Plaza. Are you going to be okay?
A profound silence has entered the chat.
I will say, I'm ecstatic, but this is like a Beyza bound project. Your blood is in that
I think
project.
I did something.
I think you did.
Like, I think I I think I did it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what more I could ask for. Maybe Jenna Ortega, but I don't want to be selfish. I'm not going to be selfish.
But we are going to put it out there. We are going to put it out there. Absolutely.
Sarah Michelle Gellar? I'm not saying it. No.
SMG.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cast is made. I'm like so excited about it, but I think I'm more excited for you because I know how much those three mean to you. To have them all in one project has to feel some type of way.
And like the sapphicness of it all is kind of absolutely a lot. I feel like we should cover it when it comes out.
We have to. Oh my god, it's like witchy and it's Marvel.
Yeah, it's absolutely like a lot. Anyway, I just needed to say that.
I know. I'm glad you did.
Again, need to put that on the air. And then I was gonna talk about Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk. Too hot. I actually cannot talk about it. I've decided it's like too hot. Like I'm not okay.
It's very hot and it's good.
I'm so glad he's doing voice acting because
I know.
His voice is so hot. And
yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm also just happy Spider-Punk is fucking gonna be in it. Like I'm surprised he was in the first one. I honestly think Into the Spider-Verse 2 is going to be better. I could just, you just have that implicit feeling. Yeah, but you just can tell it's going to be better. Like, you just know it's going to be better.
Oh, I don't want to know what's going to happen to me in the next, when is that coming out? 2024? I think it's 2024.
I think it's,
it got pushed.
It did get pushed. I think it's 2024, but I think it's like, for some reason I want to say it's winter, but I think I might just be,
I'm going to be a bad person.
That'll be so fucking fun.
And then, speaking of being a bad person, I just will say this one thing and then we can get into the conversation. We have a release date for The Last of Us show.
Oh.
It is January 15th. That is also the day of my funeral. If anyone wants to come. It'll be at where John Wayne Gacy was born, the hospital.
I'll bury you in the lot that they won't unearth you and they'll just build on top of you.
I need you to watch this show. I'm so sorry.
No, I'll watch the show. I'll watch the show with you. 100%. I will absolutely watch the show.
Will you watch it with me?
I don't like shooting video games. That's why I know I hate to tell you. I just don't like bang bang video games.
You don't like Fortnite? What's Fortnite?
I think you mean RuneScape. No, Fortnite. Yeah, I listen. If there's any video game that I would love to get into, it's Fortnite because they have so many IPs that they just skin onto the game. Like I want to be able to run around as Luke Skywalker, any Marvel character ever, like Scarlet Witch, and just shoot people in the face. No, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like gun video games. So I will never play a video game respectfully. I tried. Okay. I bought it. I gave it my money.
I know.
I played for like an hour and a half.
You supported a small business.
I'm for the people of the people of the people. And I will watch the show though, because I know how much it means to you, and I will absolutely watch the show. And I will love it.
You will.
I will love it. I believe you. I mean,
I talk about it with Arabella every day. Like she is no joke, like scared. Because she's like, I feel like you're going to have a really bad emotional reaction.
If it's bad?
No, yeah, or just like emotional.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I shouldn't say bad when it's emotions.
Just very intense.
Intense, yeah. Just very like, oh no.
I can't wait.
It's so soon.
It is actually unnervingly soon. But I will say the good news is like, there's so many other people who I feel like are in your place too, where it's like, this game really does mean a significant amount to people.
It is I would say one of the most important pieces of media I've ever consumed.
I love
it is
that.
My Star Wars.
Oh, we love that.
It really is. Like, it's my like escape into another world that is like very scary and dangerous and has a lot of layers in it. But it is like the best storytelling I've ever witnessed.
I love that.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I feel like because the writer and creator is involved in the show, I have hope in it.
Yeah.
And Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
It's going to be really
He's
hot.
so fine. He's so
really
fine.
hot.
No, I think you have every right to believe in it. I don't think there's any reason why we should expect mediocrity. It has the budget, it has the talent, and it has the creator. I mean, it should succeed.
Yeah. Said the same thing about Hocus Pocus too.
No. Kenny Ortega wasn't close to it.
I know. That's the one thing that I think it was really lacking.
It was missing Kenny Ortega. It was, well, never mind.
I don't know why I said that.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Speaking of Hocus Pocus 2, movies we'll never watch.
That was the best transition I've ever heard in my life. Yeah. So with the release of Terrifier 2, it really led...
Which your partner's obsessed with.
Yeah.
Weird.
Maybe a red flag. But... kidding. But with the release of Terrifier 2, it's led us to a lot of conversations between you and me where we're like, we're never going to watch that. And here's a bunch of other movies we're never going to watch. And... yeah, that's what we're here to talk about.
I do want to say with Terrifier 2, our friend Emma put out a really good video about it, and I recommend watching it. Watching the video. I will not watch the movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll tell you why. I don't do clowns. That's the easiest one.
I know. You've never seen It.
Nope.
Or It 2.
Nope. Nar.
And so what is it about clowns? And when did that start for you?
Well, it all goes back to John Wayne Gacy.
It all goes back to growing up in Skokie.
Literally. No, I don't know. I don't like clown. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. I think clowns for some reason always portrayed like deep violence to me.
Yeah.
Like even as a kid, I don't know why. I'm like obsessed with Ghostface and like I'm scared of clowns. It's very strange. I don't know why.
Or Scary Godmother. Hi.
Hi.
Red hair, white face.
Heard of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the like makeup of it all. It's like it's very what's that term?
It's too drag for you.
Yeah, it's too gay. Gay. No, it's Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know.
So is it clowns in general or media like scary movies with clowns in them? Like if there's a clown at a party, how'd you feel?
Clown at why am I at a party with a clown, first of all?
What if you're at a New Year's Eve benefit and they had a clown?
Why am I at a New Year's Eve benefit?
Beyza, go.
No, I don't know. I think it would be fine. I just don't understand clowns in horror. Like I'm trying to like, what is it about? I don't know. Why are we putting clowns in horror? And what does that represent? And why am I scared of it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there's a certain perversion to it.
Right?
Yeah.
But is that homophobic?
No. I think there's a perversion in the sense that it's just like
I'm thinking John Wayne Gacy, I guess. Still,
fair.
Yeah.
But no, I think there's a perversion to it in terms of just like clowns being like on the surface being one thing, but actively not that in horror movies. Like the opposite. Like there's a certain dishonesty to it that comes across like in a horror movie where it's like there are supposed to be symbols of like fun, laughter and fun and kids and everything, but if that's perverted, then it creates a really weird dissonance of like distrust.
Maybe that's what it is. Like I'm not going to see that Winnie the Pooh movie, or what is it, Pooh?
Yeah, the
whatever
Pooh,
the fuck.
Pooh's Revenge.
Well, Pooh's Revenge.
The bloody Pooh. I'm so sorry. I did not anticipate that until I said it. Don't. What are you gonna say?
No,
what do you have to say?
Nothing. Did you see? Oh my god,
sounded weird.
Did you see that they're gonna do the Peter Pan? Because everyone, is so excited for that Winnie the Pooh movie, and I'm like, y'all need Jesus Christ in your life. I will introduce you to him.
It's definitely giving crisis of faith.
I can't do that. I think that's what it is. Is like kind of. I don't like things from my childhood being. Perversed is like a strong word, but I can't think of another one.
Yeah, so
manipulated
dirty,
into
soiled.
like a Why do you not want to watch it?
It's just because it looks weird. It just looks weird. It just looks like a bunch of guys got together and made a creepy Pooh outfit and just decided.
I meant Terrifier too. That too.
Yes, it has the same kind of energy. I will be honest with you though. Did you
see the first one or no?
No, God, no. Like earlier last week, Blake sat me down and was like, I think you do need to watch the movie. And I was like, it's funny that you tell me this because Beyza and I just agreed on doing an episode called Terrifier 2 and Other Horror Movies We'll Never Watch.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, take that, he's like, change the title, you should watch it. And here's why. And he did make somewhat of a strong case for it.
Okay,
and I'm interested.
What's the point?
The point is, first and foremost, I can look away when there's gore.
Okay.
And point 2 is that he said that the acting is really good, which usually will get me. And then point 3 is that the final girl is like one of the best final girls he's ever seen, and the relationship between
her. He called
her
her hot. I have never heard Blake call a woman hot.
I know, I love it and loved it.
I was like,
say it again.
No, don't.
Anyways, I think that he highlighted how exciting the dynamic was between the final girl and Art the clown, and that so between all those three things, I was like, oh, I can look away when there's gory parts, and I am interested. I love like a refreshing, cool take, and Art is going to become so I'd like to say that it's there from the beginning. So there's also like a bandwagon vibe to it. You know
totally. What I mean? You're like, I want to gatekeep. Yeah,
absolutely.
No, well, it's they submitted it for Oscars nomination,
which I love.
Hilarious,
so good,
love that.
Yep.
And it made so much fucking
like 77 million or something, and it cost $12 million to make. Yeah, like a shit ton of money. Maybe not that much. That's from my memory. So
I'd be shocked if it was that much.
Well, I have no concept of box office numbers. So
I don't either. I mean, I just know it made a lot of money, and I think I'm always gonna say like more money into horror movies. That's great.
Yeah.
Like I'm never gonna not want that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it is the childhood trauma of it all that is obviously I understand why it's like used and scary. I'm gonna burn this axe.
Yeah, we cannot have that axe
it
with
is like
us.
The most it's cursed the last like 3 episodes of this podcast.
We cannot.
So cursed.
We
need to
like
twitch.
My fidgeting. Yeah, maybe we get little poppers. Not poppers, but
honey. Yeah, let's do it. Have you ever done poppers?
No, I have no desire to do poppers.
I don't
actually,
either.
I don't. I can't do that to my brain. I'm dumb enough. Like I cannot. Yeah. I can't afford to lose that amount of brain cells at the same time. You can't get that back. No.
And I just didn't have enough to begin with.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't afford it.
Yeah, I don't.
I have no judgment on it, obviously.
No, not at all.
I can't do it to my,
no,
I can't do
me
that
too.
to me.
I won't do like anything.
Yeah. Because then I'm like, also like, then I get like anxious about like, what am I doing to my body? And then it's like scary.
Yeah. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life? I'm going to die one day. Every single time. Even when I have weed, I'm like, I'm going to die one day.
Yeah, it's like even it doesn't matter if the high lasts 15 seconds or 15 minutes. Like the paranoia and anxiety can be there. It'll find a way.
It's so bad. So like anything more than weed, I'm like, I will actually, my heart will give out.
Scary.
Arabella wants me to do shrooms. I'm like, do you want me to die?
Yeah, it's very specific. I would do shrooms, but under incredibly specific conditions.
Watching Terrifier 2.
Absolutely.
Can you fucking imagine?
One time I was watching Fear Street, the witch one, or I don't fucking know. The witch one, the last one, right? Mm-hmm. When her wrist gets cut off, I was high when I was watching it, and it comes out of nowhere, and I really saw it, and I was like high.
It comes out of nowhere, yeah.
And I got instantly lightheaded, and I literally had to put my head down and like lay down. It was insane. And Blake's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I just need a second." I was like, something about watching that high really tripped me up.
It's that episode or that movie is brutal.
Yeah.
That one's fucking brutal. Yeah. I there's a movie that I watched. I think I won't do shrooms because there's a movie. Is it called Shrooms? It's a horror movie. And I saw it when I was relatively young. I think it came out in like 2007. It's a slasher and it's called Shrooms.
Oh no.
The reason I will never do.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking poster.
Do they get super high and just kill each other?
I don't remember. I was 12.
Oh.
I blocked it out of my
how
memory.
were you watching that at 12?
Great question.
Whose house were you at?
I don't know. Probably
I don't think I was at a house. I think I was in the woods and there was a TV and it was just
it's
on
my
loop.
real life. It was not a movie. No,
you are like starved.
I had really bad friends in high school.
Yeah.
Like my parents hated all my friends in high school because we did stupid shit like watch this movie.
Yeah, fair.
It could have been worse. I almost getting arrested at the haunted house. But that wasn't my fault.
So what are other scary, other horror movies? Mine, I will say, my next one is boring, so I'll get out of the way. Yeah. Saw. I will never watch the Saw movies.
Me too. Me too.
Would never, no.
You never seen one?
Never seen one, never cared to see one.
I saw the first two, and I will never watch another one.
You watched two of them?
Yeah, I think so. Again, bad friends growing up. But yeah, I basically wrote like no torture porn because
me too.
It doesn't, I don't know, it really doesn't do anything for me besides make me feel sick. Yeah. And that's not like how I want to consume any media, is like just being sick to my stomach.
Yeah, generally not a great feeling.
Yeah.
Agreed. I think, I'm very like weird about it in terms of I don't want to put certain images in my head. Like I don't need to subject my brain to certain images. And I will say though, if the plot is really good, then I will compromise. And that's why I'm like with Terrifier 2, I'm like, well, if the plot is that good, then I will look away and I can make it through.
I wouldn't call that torture porn, I don't think. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I don't know if I'd put that in the same category as Saw.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Saw is like, literally it's in the title. Terrifier 2 is, I think there's probably a little bit more there. I like the little guy though.
Love Jigsaw.
Jigsaw's a vibe, and I've seen some of his cutscenes just because I have to know these things,
I think he's a queer icon, right?
Yeah, I mean, a fucking little like psycho muppet on a trolley.
Yeah, it's giving Chucky kind of.
It's giving Chucky. It's giving clown a little bit.
Yeah, clownery. I have a really hard time with all that. I just like don't, if I like end up watching it for like whatever reason, if I'm in a theater and it just ends up being like a movie I'm seeing ends up being like that, I'm like, okay, I'll probably not watch that again, but I wouldn't seek out Saw or like any kind of movie like that. I thought I wrote down another like torture porn-y movie, but I guess I didn't. I wrote down, I mean, it's more of like a category, but like body horror is really hard for me. Yeah. Yeah. It makes me very wheezy and sick and queasy.
Yeah. Fresh is one of the movies I'll never watch.
I watched that one. I did not like it.
How did you watch that? Blake was like, oh, do you want to watch Fresh together? I was like, no, it's a Blake movie. That's one you watch by yourself.
I didn't like it. And everyone loved it. But again, it's like,
not your type of thing.
So I'm like, I shouldn't watch that because I'm not going to like it.
I'm impressed that you did though. Kind of like badge of honor moment for watching it.
I mean, Sebastian Stan. Hot.
I didn't think he was hot until very recently.
Really?
Like
I
very
think I
recently.
knew that about you.
Yeah, like I like never really got it, and then I watched one thing and I was like, oh, I get it a little bit more now.
No, he's sexy hot.
He is sexy hot.
Yeah, I mean, I will never watch that movie again, but a lot of people liked it. So that's the thing. Like, it's just obviously all these are very personal choices, but I don't know. I'm really hard. It's hard for me to do like Raw, that movie where she like eats things.
Oh yeah,
I can't do that.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends on them. Like you said, if there's like a good narrative, something's happening, good acting, I will try my best. But I get really queasy very easily.
Yeah. Easily queasily.
That's we renamed the podcast. Oh my god, kind of cute.
Welcome back to Easily Queasily. Easily Queasy.
Kind of cute. Maybe like we can do a little segment called Easily Queasily, and we talk about when we threw up during the week.
Yes.
Normalize being scared of horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole fucking point.
No, that's kind of what I was trying to allude to at the top of the show. Like, normalize like knowing what works for you in horror and what doesn't, and not forcing yourself to watch things just because you want to be a horror fan.
Totally.
Like,
that's the whole point of this fucking episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Speaking of serial killer movies.
You won't watch them.
I don't want to. I don't want to. I think it's more of a...
Like, do you have an example of one?
Like Dahmer.
Oh, yeah. Which, by the way, just got...
2 seasons. 2 fucking seasons no one asked for. I'm sorry. That man...
No, I
needs to go.
I meant to bring him up in Queer for Fear because it was just funny how he wasn't in it.
Of course.
Yeah, but when you think about like gay horror people in recent memory, he is up there historically.
But that's why we said that I think the more contemporary is going to get its own moment.
Yeah, but that's also why I kind of love that he wasn't in it, and it feels intentional. In my head, I'm like, thank God they didn't put him in there, and I hope that was intentional. I hope they're like, we're not bringing his fucking ass in here.
Yeah.
I mean, he does good stuff every once in a while, but like this whole Dahmer thing is wild, and the fact that it just got renewed for 2 more seasons, and he's just going to make 2 more seasons about 2 more murderers, and and like try his best to like give the victims the story, but also like cast hypersexualized men as the role. It's just all too much for me.
Do you think they like begged for more seasons to kind of like make up for that?
No, I think Ryan Murphy makes Netflix a lot of money.
That's insane.
Because they also he also got another deal. Oh, a season 2 for Watcher.
Yeah.
No,
Which I don't want.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, hated the last 2 episodes.
Really?
Yeah, really bad.
Well,
I was like, what happened? Because Arabella and I loved up until the last 2 episodes, and we were like, something like, because
it's
both
the
of
Murphy
us,
brand. I'm sorry, it's the Murphy brand.
both of us felt it. We were both like, holy shit. It got, I mean, y'all let me know. I don't know. Maybe I was
the
high.
Murphy brand. He just makes the money, so they're bringing him back. Oh.
What? Did you just kill my son?
my son.
No, okay. Oh, that's a good one. I'll never watch a Ryan Murphy movie. Does he do movies? I don't know.
No, because no. Ugh. Anyway.
Well, yeah, serial killer movies. I think
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry. I just they are rarely done well. That's the thing. Like they're rarely done well, and I seldom feel good about watching them.
Yeah, I feel weird.
I feel very like true crime. I have a very complicated relationship with true crime for like personal reasons, and just like, I don't know. I used to be very into true crime, and I think it is bad for me, and I just can't do it. So I think serial killer movies I just have to say no to. Like real, like if it's like obviously Ghostface is like a serial killer movie, kind of, or Scream is, but about a real person.
Halloween,
right? Michael Myers, yeah. Like if I can't, I'll never watch another Halloween movie again because they're over.
I agree though. I think there's a lot. It just is uncomfy. I do absolutely, and I don't judge anyone who like loves true crime, but I just don't know. No,
it's just not for me. I mean,
oh my god, our ghost host, and he was like I'm too much of an empath. I'm like, honestly, same. I love you. So not to be like I'm like saying that somewhat ironically.
No, absolutely ironically, but it's like, I don't know. There's so much other media to consume that I'm like, why do we need to like harp on horrible tragedies that happen to like with the Dahmer stuff.
I will say I do somehow have like room to like watch it if it's about like Jack the Ripper, or if it happened in like the 1800s or before. I'm like, let's hear all about it, which is like an interesting cognitive dissonance that we can have.
I think there's some dissonance there because like with the Dahmer stuff, so many of these victims' families are still
literally still alive
and just suffering.
Can you imagine if like one of your like close loved ones was taken out by one of the worst people in the world and in the worst way possible, and people are out here just like watching a hypersexualized hot ass man be lauded for his performance and how he depicted that. Like,
and then
that's
get 2 more
just so
seasons.
fucked.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Same with the Ted Bundy with Zac Efron.
Ugh.
That,
a
like,
stain upon his career. It's
and
so
that
sad.
movie
I love him.
Fucking sucked.
Like, I didn't watch it. Yeah.
I watched it and it was a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like,
so you said you're done then. That your last serial killer movie was Ted Bundy.
Yeah, I think that was the last one I watched.
Yeah, Zephron did you in.
Well, and I watched it because I fucking love. I mean, you know how much I love him.
We should have a Zephron app for Mini Fright.
App? What did he do besides that movie?
Well, I don't know, just about Zephron.
Like how much we want to. Anyway, yeah.
Like that.
Do you have another one?
I do. Okay, mommy issue movies. Goodnight Mommy. Also, Mother with Jennifer Lawrence.
Serial Mom. Did you watch John Waters' Serial Mom? Good movie.
I don't know if I have.
It's so good. It's over there.
Oh, that's how I know it.
Yeah.
I actually might have seen clips of it on TV when I was younger. I watched a lot of like horror movies from that era that were on TV. Mommy issue movies. I tend to, not Psycho being one of my favorite horror movies, but and Bates Motel, loved that show.
Really?
I loved that show.
That's so funny.
I fell off of it, but it was like me and my mom's favorite show, and we would watch it together all the time. Anyways, so yeah, Goodnight Mommy, Hereditary.
Me and my mom watched Gilmore Girls.
Haunted Leg.
Haunted Leg.
Basically, I will say though, Hereditary is also like on that list, but
I have a whole thing.
Okay, well, I will say Blake convinced me I will watch Hereditary with him soon, because he literally will break up with me if I don't watch it with him. So we're at that point.
Do you need help?
No, like jokingly. So I'm going to watch it for him for Valentine's Day, you know.
Romance.
Hereditary.
Romance is not dead. But I will be, because I will never watch Hereditary or Midsommar. I watched the first...
You didn't see Midsommar?
No, I watched the first 10 minutes. No.
I will say I'll never watch Midsommar again. I watched the whole thing once. The most anxiety-inducing movie. So they did their job. They did an amazing job. Florence Pugh's amazing actor.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's iconic. It's such a good movie. But boy, did that mess with me.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
I have a very good reason.
And that opening scene is gnarly.
Disgusting. And I watched it by myself, bitch.
Ew. In a movie theater or at home?
Huh?
You were high?
No. I was cat sitting.
Oh, I thought you were like, I was high sitting.
I was high off cat piss, and I was watching. I was alone, and I was like, oh, Midsommar's on, it was like Prime, Amazon Prime, I think. And I watched the first 10 minutes, and I was like this the entire time, just silent.
It's so sad. It's really intense.
I felt really bad, but I couldn't finish it. And I have seen everything else Florence Pugh has been in, and I cannot watch it. And it's because...
Did you watch the Harry Styles movie?
I'm going to watch it tonight because it came out on HBO.
It's streaming now.
I have to see
I know
her.
everything that happens in that movie. I said, one of my friends, Lena, I was like, I'm never going to watch it. Tell me everything that happens. And it sounds interesting.
I'm going to put, the reviews are horrible. I'm going to put a post-it wherever he is.
Ugh.
I cannot see him because he's too hot.
Like, he's one of those people to me who's become so annoying that he's no longer hot.
Okay, me with Taylor Swift.
Did you used to think she was hot?
No, but I think everyone thinks she's pretty.
I mean, I used to be like a Directioner, like...
Oh, really?
Oh, hardcore Directioner. I loved Harry Styles.
I never was.
I have his first 2 albums on vinyl. Like, I mean, I was a boy. I was a Directioner boy. And one of my most healthiest traits is if someone is so fucking annoying, I actually have this really great defense mechanism that makes them no longer attractive to me.
So
Charlie Puth isn't hot to me anymore.
To you.
What?
Charlie Puth?
He's not hot to me anymore. He used to be so hot, and not for queer. I do not think he's queer baiting. I don't think he's problematic. I think he's fine. But like, he just bothers me now. He's just like annoying, and like, he's just not hot.
I think he's really hot. What about the guy from 1975?
You know what's so sad?
You don't like him anymore?
I don't like the 1975 anymore. I have a 1975 tattoo on my arm.
Oh.
I know. But you know what? Everyone has to have one tattoo. Maybe not has to, but I consider a rite of passage to have one tattoo that just hasn't aged the way you wanted it to. And so far, 1975 is the only tattoo that I have where I'm like, ugh.
I'm trying to think of what mine is.
But that isn't to say that. I mean, they still mean a lot to me. I still listen to their music, but that new album's rough. And Matty Healy, the shtick is getting old fast.
I do love that one song. Sorry, I can go back to what I was going to say about Ari Aster.
Oh, I forgot this is a horror podcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. But there is this one 1975 song I have to. I mean, everyone knows it. About You, the new on the new one.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, I fucking love that song.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so
so good.
I haven't listened to any of the other ones, but
It's not a great album.
Okay, well, I love that song. Anyway, Ari Aster.
But that song's great. And Ari Aster.
I asked her. Ari
asked her. I hardly know her. Hey, new headphones look great. Love the color.
Thanks. I can barely. These are horrible Skull Candy headphones. And
most Skull Candy headphones are horrible.
But I can't do the over ear heads. I just can't do it. I told my manager, and she was like, "You have to do it." And I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." Oh, I watched the Selena Gomez documentary. So sad.
Oh, I can only imagine how sad that is. Does she talk about Only Murders in the Building?
No.
I would think she would talk about it because it has been such a positive,
no, because
creation in her life.
All of the more recent stuff is from 2019. I don't think she filmed.
Oh, up into that.
I'm sorry, 2020. I don't think she filmed after that.
Okay,
but
so sad.
God, I love that fucking show so much. Ari Aster.
Sorry.
Is a director.
Heard of her.
And he made Hereditary and Midsommar. I think that's it, right?
Those are his two big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming out with more movies, but I watched his short film called The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Have you ever know anything about it? One of the most fucked up movies I've ever watched. I didn't sleep for days.
Damn.
And it was like a 30-minute. I mean, it's a short. It was like 29, 30 minutes. It was really...
What was so messed up about it?
I don't know if I can say it. It's bad. I mean, it's like... I'll tell you later.
That sounds great. This movie must be fucked.
It's basically about this family, this husband, wife, and son, and these, I guess, spoilers for this movie if you haven't seen it.
Well, just don't say what happens, but what's the premise?
This son is an R-worder on his dad.
Oh.
And and it gets worse.
Wow. So that's the starting point.
It's dark.
Yeah,
it's
damn.
Fucked. It's so...
I don't know what Ari Aster is up to. I would love to know how he grew up.
Yeah. Girl, I don't know.
Because Midsommar is brutal.
Well,
I remember watching that and I was like, Blake, that was really good. I never want to watch it again. I never want to watch that movie again.
Hereditary too. I think it's
because that's how I felt. That's how I feel when I'm having a bad trip on weed.
Yeah.
And they're not even on weed.
Yeah. On weed.
Bruh. That's on weed.
I'm on weed.
Sorry, this time change has got me feeling some type of way.
Dude. Yeah, it is the family dynamics for me.
Yeah. Yes.
To the point where it's traumatic.
It's family trauma on stage.
Yeah, on drugs.
Ugh.
It's really...
And toxic relationships on drugs in a cult. What part of that is going to be anything I want to watch?
And that's all of his movies. I'm just I understand the value in them. I think I'm sure Hereditary and Midsommar are good. Everyone says they are.
Well, what'll be fun is when I watch Hereditary, we'll have to talk about it a little bit because I can we can serve two sides of one coin.
Happens, so it's
okay, great. Well, I know nothing about it somehow. I've stayed away from every spoiler except I know the guy from Naked Brothers Band is in it and he's wearing a crown and then someone's on fire. So
yeah.
Slay.
Do you have any more?
No, those are those. I think it really comes down to body horror and gore. And then, really just heavy, heady, traumatic relational things.
Yeah.
Those two things I can't do. I don't like that.
I have one more.
What is it?
I've watched it, but I will not watch it again. So I guess I'm cheating a little bit.
No, it's your Midsommar. That's like me, Midsommar.
Yeah. The Shining.
Really?
I will never watch it
I don't
again.
watch it. I watched it once. I don't watch it again because of Shelley Duvall.
that is my reason.
Yeah, it's so sad. Fuck Jack Nicholson.
Fuck.
Sorry, keep going.
No. That is the reason. I mean, I'm not like the biggest fan of the movie generally, but I cannot. And this is to a fault, but like if I know too many behind the scenes things about a movie or a TV show or something, it is really hard for me to watch it. I can't like separate that.
Church and state.
Yeah. And I am of the Church of Shelley Duvall, and I will worship her.
And not of the estate of Kubrick.
Nope.
Yeah. I could not agree more.
Yeah, which sucks, but I mean, I guess I'm not missing out too much. But she's coming back. She's
coming back.
We won. Yeah.
We won and she won, and like, I love her so much, and like, just like. It's not only like the behind the scenes of The Shining for me that has completely destroyed the movie, but it's the way that Nicholson and Kubrick have been lauded for it for so long, and have been like praised in like film school, like going to school for me, like, you know, people talk about that, like all the film fucking kids talk about that shit, and like in a way that they're like, oh, but it's so genius and so this. I'm like, it's a fine movie. Mm-hmm. It is gorgeous and it is good, it became a cult classic. But let's like be very clear, like
it's
nothing
the
was okay about
horror.
It's
It's the Pulp Fiction of horror.
That's actually a really great way to put it.
It is. It literally is.
Yeah.
It's, and I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion.
But I love Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. Yeah, you love Dr. Sleep.
I love Dr. Sleep.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that one either.
I have both the book. No, Dr. Sleep inspired me to buy The Shining and Dr. Sleep as books. Do I read books? Not often. And when I do, they're YA novels of Hocus Pocus sequels. But one day I'll get to those books and I'll be like, ugh.
Period.
Yeah,
I feel like we could go on because there's lots that we won't watch, but you let us know.
Honestly, if this was like kind of fun to listen to, I feel like it might be fun. Like, you know, jury's still out on that. But if it was fun, we could always do like another part.
Yeah.
Like a part 2 of more movies that we'll never watch.
Totally. And maybe we will at some point. Maybe as always on this podcast, things may change.
And normalize changing your mind.
Totally.
Normalize.
Actually, though.
Yeah, no, it's very important. People don't like the,
I'm happy to, but not Ari Aster. I can't.
Not Ari Aster.
Not him. Also, we are taking, I'll just say this now because we're taking the Thanksgiving week off to be with our loved ones. And to binge Wednesday. But our next episode next week will be Queer for Fear. We're talking all about that gay shit.
I can't wait.
I know. Yeah. That, God.
It was fun to talk about.
It was so fun to talk about. And then after that, then we'll have the week off. And then I think it's our Buffy show.
Buffy is on her way, you guys. I am finally starting Buffy. We are creating an entire content around it. So it's going to be good.
One whole content.
No, it's going to be reoccurring content about my experience with Buffy. Beyza is going to walk me through it along with some really amazing guests. And I'm
going to pee.
Yeah. In that order.
Yes. And thank you so much for listening and watching Fear Queers. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to keep up with us through our Instagram at LGBTQVHS and Twitter at FearQueersPod. You can also email us at fearqueers@gmail.com with any questions, comments, movie, TV suggestions, not Ari Aster. Or if you just want to kiki mama and tell us what movies you will never watch, or if you are just completely open to anything and you are Slay Queen.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I would love to hear from the Slay Queens, but I also would love to hear from people who like were like me, where like I was like, I'm probably gonna watch Terrifier 2 at some point with Blake. I hope. I mean, good thing Blake doesn't listen to this podcast, because if I change my mind, he won't have anything to use against me. But the point is I would love to hear if people like went through an experience like, I'm never going to watch that, and they watched it and they're like, oh, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I ended up watching it.
I would love to hear it.
Would love to chat about that. Okay, so also, please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It only takes a second. It really helps the show. If you're watching us from YouTube, go ahead and click subscribe on the channel. Click the like for thumbs up the video. Leave us a comment on YouTube. And if you haven't checked us on YouTube, what are you doing? You can watch us. Baby, that's a new thing. You can watch us now.
We're in the 21st century?
And we look good.
Wait,
I don't.
21st century?
21st century.
Slay.
Are we going to be live when we head in this 22nd century?
When is that?
No, that's like a century. So no, but like that, we're not. I don't know.
Until next time.
Gay frights. Bonk, 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 bonk.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. Now available on video cassette and select DVD. They'll leave you screaming for more.